Now you could call me a narcissist, you could call me cocky, you could say whatever you want. You could call me delusional. I'll take it. But I truly believe at this point that CM Punk watches the channel. Now before I get into why, I'm trying to hit 100 likes on each video, so make sure you hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button if you feel so inclined. And if you really want me to continue to make videos the old way like I used to, like this, give me the 200 likes. Do your part. You see the number. I don't know what number we at, but make sure you do your part, man. But if anything, just remain safe out there, folks. Now, the reason I say CM Punk is watching the channel, he basically just repeated what I said, man. He basically would just repeated what I said. You see the video. He was the top draw in two companies when AEW tried to expose him. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they tried to do. I think they were trying to get some get back. I don't think it's a coincidence that they released this footage the same week or a week after he does the MMA hour and exposes everything that happens. This was before they were desperate for ratings. I mean, they've been desperate for ratings for a very long time now, but they were, like I just said in my last video, you know, a couple weeks ago, MJF and Will Ospreay go for an hour. Last week, Blood and Guts. This week, they leak a photo of Tony Khan and Shane McMahon. Like, they have been desperate for ratings. But this seems like something they would do next week. You know what I'm saying? On this run of being desperate for ratings. But at the time, that wasn't necessarily a pattern. It was like a one-off. And I think it was just to get some get back. I think it was just to, you know, kind of like, well, he's not innocent in all this. And then it like, yeah, they showed us the video. And it was just like, yeah, that's kind of everything he said happened. You know, there was a few things he missed out. Like, you know, he did approach Jack Perry, I guess. Like, I guess that makes him the devil. I guess that's why he should have been fired. Like, I blew up this channel talking about this whole situation, but like again, man, people fight all the time, and people fight in the workplace all the time. Now, I'm not talking about your cubicle. I'm not talking about the office. I'm not talking about Michael and Dwight. No, I'm talking about Conor McGregor and John Jones type workplace. I'm not talking about the office supply. Like, I'm not talking about your paper company office. No, I'm talking about sports. This counts as a sport. And even if you want to say it's entertainment, people fight backstage in movie sets and shit all the time, and it happens. Emotions are high, especially given this sport where you have to cooperate with each other, but you have to punch each other in the face, literally. Now, can you fake it a little bit? Yeah. But it's not like acting where it's all fake. No, some of these people get really hit. These people really break bones. These people really tear ligaments weekly, monthly. Like, it happens. So, yes, emotions are going to be high, and we understand that. Like, most adults understand that. Like, fights are going to happen. Now, if you're sucker punching people like they didn't see it coming, like, no, if you're in my face and you're telling me to do something about it and not do something about it, what the fuck is the problem? And I didn't even know that. I was defending Punk before I even knew that. But given the fact that this man told him to do something about it, oh yeah, what the fuck you expect to happen? So the only people who think CM Punk is crazy and all of this, the only people who thought leaking that footage would have made CM Punk look stupid or not stupid, but make him look crazy, or the bad guys, people who never been in a fight. They've either been bullied. I always say there was one or two things. They either been punched in the face too much, or they never been punched in the face at all. So they've either been bullied, or they were a bully and never got a response for it. So I don't know. As somebody who's been punched in the face and has had to punch people in the face, this was normal to me. Samoa Joe said it, and even Tony Khan has said it before. There was a big fight before AEW really, really got started. There was like a bar fight or something, and he was like, "Yeah, that was just you know, a normal fight," which really surprised me because 4 years later, you're talking about you were in fear for your life. But fights happen all the time. And I think more so, and I think this happened in like September, but I was saying like, I think CM Punk, it was obvious that CM Punk didn't want to be there. CM Punk said he didn't want to be there. Tony Khan had to convince him to stay. The Young Bucks didn't want him there. Bryan Danielson said it himself. Like, it was obvious this guy just didn't want to be here. Let's let him go. We have a reason to let him go out of his contract. We have a reason to let him go without paying him. Let's let him go. And then CM Punk agreed not to fire him. I think they should have just left it there. That is why you fired him. You didn't fire him because he was Brody. What's his name? Brody. I apologize. I forget his name. It's 3 a.m. right now. Forgive me. But they didn't fire him because he was some madman. No, they fired him because they had an excuse. They knew he didn't want to work there anymore. They didn't want to pay him a lot of money to sit at home. So they didn't want to pay him a lot of money because I'm assuming his contract was guaranteed. So they didn't want to pay him a lot of money to go to WWE or sit at home. So as soon as they had an excuse to fire him, they fired him. That's plain and simple. You should have left it there instead of trying to make them look bad and use them for ratings. And then you made yourself look stupid. And a lot of people think that's where you jumped the shark. Me personally, nah, I don't think that's where you jumped the shark. I think you kind of jumped the shark sometime when MJF was a face. That's sometime during the Adam Cole. Maybe it was the Devil. I think that's when you jumped the shark. But I don't think the footage. No. They been jumped the shark. Some people think that was the beginning of the downfall of AEW. No, absolutely not. If anything, the downfall of AEW started when Hangman Adam Page cut that promo. No. The downfall of AEW when Cody Rhodes released that statement saying he was leaving. Now, in hindsight, we could say that. At the time, it was just like wow, but in hindsight, this thing really fell off the rails when Cody Rhodes left. And then Adam Page thing happened. And then CM Punk broke his foot. And it was just a domino effect. And then they put the title on Jon Moxley for some reason. Then Jon Moxley made it a fucking headache to get the title off of him. It was a domino effect. It was a super, super domino effect. It just one thing led to another. And it was just, at that point, it just wasn't meant to work out. It just wasn't meant to work. And it's very unfortunate, but you just couldn't leave them alone. You just could not leave them alone. You could not be adults about it. You couldn't just work. And like they tried to separate the rosters. And then, I wish it would have worked. For AEW's sake, but as a CM Punk fan, as a Phil Brooks fan, as a fan of the person Phil Brooks, I'm happy he is where he is. He seems to be happy. He seems to be healthy. Whatever he like, I love. So he seems to very much like WWE. Wants to be there for the rest of his life or rest of his career, I guess. Jesus, life. But that's where I'm happy. That's where I'm happy for him. Again, if he likes it, I love it. And this is what you want, AEW. This is what you wanted. AEW, you wanted him gone. You thought he was a monster. You thought he was a hothead. You got him gone. You got him up out of here. He tried to use him for ratings, and it didn't work. He told his truth. Y'all were leaking shit to the dirt sheets, and now it's been said that he leaked shit to the dirt sheets as well. Maybe so. But we all know that y'all do. We all know that y'all, come on, like, y'all got a move called the Meltzer driver. Like, you lose all benefit of the doubt. And even then, let's say he does it. Let's say he does leak shit to the dirt sheets behind the scenes. He's more shiesty about it than you are. You got out chess. Y'all playing checkers. He playing chess. He did y'all better than y'all did y'all. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. CM Punk watches the channel. I'm calling it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Again, trying to hit 100 likes on each video. Let's hit 200 likes on this video. You see the number. Comment what number you got and what like you were. I appreciate you all. Have a beautiful night. Sub to Act. Sub to me if you feel so inclined. Be beautiful, people. Yeah. Wear your seatbelt. Have a beautiful night. Sub to Act. Peace.